Okay, let's get started. Anybody interested? I'll do anything. We'll work in Rhino and we'll make whatever you want to make. Grasshopper animation. Let's create a new Grasshopper animation of lightweight geometry outputs like point clouds, curves, lines, and text by scripting in C# for Visual Studio 2022. Let's be inspired by all things machine learning at the complex and difficult levels. Let's start with that. See what we get. So that's quite a prompt. Neural networks, back propagation, gradient descent's always fun. La 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 la, and there you go. Nice little script, couple hundred lines. Before we copy it, let's steal its name. And let's open up a Visual Studio Code, Studios. Create new, assembly. Nice and easy. All these packages are on wickersonstudios.com if you're interested. And let's see how this goes. Couple of bugs. I know this one off the start. Have to name that one differently. Oops. And we got a little bug down here. LERP does not contain the definition LERP. So fix and write out again in full. Let's see what happens. We have a viewer, so whatever you want me to do, just send it my way. I just thought I'd do a prompt for machine learning to start. We'll just go live while I'm playing around with this. It is really scripting fast, which is awfully nice. So what do we got? 113 lines of code into Grasshopper C# node without bothering people with the script. Let's just make a little Grasshopper assembly tied to machine learning and see what we get geometrically. When you realize how simple the nodes are in Rhino, you can start making more complex things on your own. Except, I do not see our custom plugin. So, we've got to go back a second and just ensure and say exactly what we want. Ensure that the node script loads in Grasshopper on the ribbons toolbar. So I forgot to say right on full, so now it's going to show me how to fix it and assume I'm going to do that. No, it's going to write it all out. We have an inspired geometry animator by machine learning. A machine learning inspired geometry blah blah blah. And no bugs. We'll run it again. We may produce a icon for this, but why not? Visualizing anything with Grasshopper Animations created with GPT image, text, and image prompt. So just type it in chat if you want me to try something, and I'll try it. I really don't. I'm not very particular. I make hundreds of these It seems weak. There he is. What is this one labeled under? Machine learning, probably. Look at all those custom icons. Got tons of them. And these are all available at wickersonstudios.com if you want to try them out. But this one doesn't have an icon yet. Let's put it in. Look at that lovely thing. And is it animated? Oh, it's not animated, but I really don't think we need animations. Sometimes it's fun to make an animation. Pretty nice. Not too hard. Time is 0. What happens when we put it through 10 seconds? Yeah, there we go. It's not very exciting, but it rolls around and jiggles. So we could put an animation on here. You could just have a timer that you kind of play with. It's not really an animation without that. Anyway, layers 5, 8, spread 5, curve style 0. Oh, that's cool. Let's put in curve style. I assume that would be 1. Well, I assumed wrong. Curve style, oh, Bezier. So we'll just do a toggle on for Bezier. Wave curves are linear. I don't know if this is really working, but let's stop it for a second. Modify the time on the node so that it is animated with a Boolean toggle on and off. Out full. Let's see what that does. Animate. Should have an animate function. No bugs. Try this again. Things are rolling quickly today. Ugh. Eek. Lost my balls. Ugh. Fucking hilarious. I think I have to load it again. Oops. Better put a reset. There's not too many people. So we got spheres, gradient loss, frequency, paraboloid coefficient. Cool. Gotta admit, this is pretty cool. Learn about machine learning and calculus and C# and Grasshopper and Rhino and all at the same time. You would think more people in the universe will be excited about stuff like this. There's my little boss. All right, there, moving fast. Reset, learning rate, scale. Let's make the scale bigger. That way we have more balls to play with. We won't lose our balls. And let's put some mesh spheres on there. Make them pretty tiny. There we are. There we are. There's our little mesh spheres bouncing around like crazy. Let's give it a good tones. And their little spheres having fun. Learning rate. I think the learning rate really bothers me that much. But let's take it way down. So little spheres bouncing around like crazy. Put our vectors on there if you want to see it. And let's put a little display on there. It's not really spheres, but there we go. There's your vectors, bouncing vectors. Got our lost values if we need that for our research, which I doubt. Be cool to color them. That'd be interesting to actually color them. Color the mesh spheres with there we go. So now they're changing colors according to their. That's kind of fun. Boy, I'm making a mess of the script, but this is what Grasshopper is all about, making a mess. C# is about cleaning it up. And we're just using data for fun. Everything is computer numerically controlled. Now we get fun. So we get a button. We can reset if we lose everything. We actually can toggle on and off our animation. I mean, I don't know why people. Yeah, there's our animation. And get moving and stop and stop. Oh, I don't know why you would use this for architecture, but if you're into my plugins, I love this enough that I have to make an icon for it. I love it, and I have to put it in my libraries. I just make a lot of stuff. All this stuff is tied to whatever I find interesting, including Arabic patterns, the bot Genesis, and the Dao De Jing. So right now I'm just playing around with. There's the reset, and there we go. Oh, it's like a game. Now what gets interesting is we take a negative 10.00 to 10.00, and now we make that snappable to 3, 2, 1, 0. Right? And now we can snap the 0, and we can take all those coefficients and make them run the. Oh, this is too cool. Then they can run the graph. So if my A goes to 0, B goes to 0, C goes to 0, and D goes to 0, now I just have a flat piece of paper. So I think this is ingenious. So get your friends online right now because this is crazy, and I find this really awesome. So I am able to change all this. Oh my gosh. And there's so, okay, so we need to edit this one for one. Okay, we need to take all of these off. We want to go from negative 1.0000 to 1.00000, and we want this script to be controllable. And we're gonna, oh, I forgot, snap. We're gonna snap to 0.5, 0.25, and 0. And we are going to get rid of these guys, and we're going to snap to 0, and we're going to plug these in. Yes, this is super cool. I find things like this cool just because I like to wrap my head around. So there's the little spheres, and they're all the same number now, and they're trying to roll around and get off the, let's reset, and there's nothing going on. It's just like a really nice, well-behaved, you know, 0, 0, 0. Well, let's start to move 0.25. That has to start behaving, and then I can make it steeper. But I actually want this not to snap. And it's snapping. I don't want it to snap. I just want it to snap to 0, but maybe I don't even want that. I don't want it to snap. I don't want it to snap. I want to be able to play off my slider and control my balls. All right, so there's my awesome ball game. I'm going to reset them, and I'm going to, there we go, put them true. Now get rolling, you balls, and I can jack them right up or pull them right down. But what's nice is I can start to, oh my goodness, I could start to do some wonderful things with these snapping zeros. Is there any snap? Okay, there's no snap. So what happens when A, look at that, starting to put a little funk in there. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Who is not watching this awesomeness? Oh, I am just losing my mind. Too cool. So let's reset again. There's the balls doing what they do. They actually have a bit of resistance to one another, so that's a little funky. Let's put this one in here. We can shy that one down. Let's see what happens when we pull that one in. Well, we can ripple off the page maybe. Reset. Those two are banging. And then let's take this one. There we go. Puts a little funk on there. So there you go. And I need to slowly make it so they're not so crazy when they touch each other. Okay, now they're crazy. Now they're not crazy at all. Learning rate. Very small learning rate. So there you go. They should fall off. There we go. And if they fall off, I gotta pull them back on. So that's it. I think I made a pretty cool thing. A little ball game. Very nice. And you could take this logic into any software, into React. What we do need to do is file save document as gradient descent. Alright, and then we're just going to have a little fun here with one of my other ones that has the proper blah blah blah. I just need, is this one gonna load up, or did I even bother with it? No, I didn't. Maybe I did, I don't remember. Did I put one in there? Yes, I did. Just need that little script. Cut and paste world for those that are ignorant like me. And we are going to, using system drawing, we're going to get our bitmap to work. We're going to grab this gradient descent, and I think downloads, no, crap. Let's new one. Let's make one for gradient descent. The last one was meaning of life. Maybe one day I'll get rich off of my NFTs for my icon generation, but I doubt it. Alright, so while that's working, we're gonna grab that name, put it in here, properties, resources, we're gonna add it. Of course we have to look for it, and it's not there yet because we're still making it. Let's get that icon. I don't know why it takes forever to make the script for these icons. I don't want to make them myself though. I'd rather let AI make icons. Wait. I am very excited about this script. Super excited actually. I've done it enough times in so many softwares, but once things conceptually make sense to you, you can really do anything creative with them. So there we go. That should be loading into downloads, and I loaded it twice because I'm a fool. I'm going to grab an image out of the downloads, the first one. We're going to add it. We're going to go into our resources, grab it. We're going to make sure that it copies always. And we're going to make a release of this awesome script with icon. Done! And if you're watching and you want it, I will put it up at Wickerson Studios. Or just send the GHA file, because why not? Here it is. Should be loading. Let's see if everything works the same. That shouldn't be any problem. I've never had a problem. And file open. Gradient descent. No, I did have a problem. Okay, file new. That sucks. But the gradient descent is there now. Gradient descent mesh reset. Woo! I thought I saved it, but now we have to set it all up again. So it's cool it's there. Gradient descent, we need to save it. File, save as gradient descent. I guess because I just reset it all. The scale is not important, but I'm going to take the scale up to 2.00. I'm going to make that a very big scale. There we go. Actually, it doesn't have to be too big. We are going to output the surface mesh. And there's the mesh. We are going to output the spheres as points. We're going to output the vectors as the gradients. We're going to do a vector display of these anchors to these vectors. And we are going to put this over on shaded, which it is. We are going to have a loss value, which comes out as data loss, and the loss is going to be, this is what I did last time, we're going to actually make a geometry of mesh spheres, as a radius much smaller than that. Actually, I think we'll just use spheres. I think they'll still move pretty fast. Nah, they're a little slow. What did I do last time? Maybe I grabbed this mesh ball. Mesh sphere. Yeah. I don't know where that came from. 0.222. There we go. They're small, they're quick. Mesh sphere. And we will take the material into a gradient. We'll let that dictate the color. There you go. It should be changing. It should be changing color. Parameters. Why are they not changing color? Strange. There we go. That's weird. I guess they're still changing color. Weird. Slow it down too much. Get that weird white one. When it gets to 0, it doesn't know what to do. Kind of explodes. Anyway, yada yada yada. I thought I had it better on the last one. Little tiny balls. Maybe if I put this in like that. No, they're just moving so fast. Let's take the scale up. And learning rate, we'll go to 1.000. Learning rate, too fast. We'll just go to 0.1 learning rate. Okay, maybe I just need a reset button. Reset, okay. Boolean toggle. Animate, stop, animate. This is strange. Numbers are moving so fast. Let's put in negative 1.0000 to 1.0000. And we'll take that one up to there to change the shape. And we'll 1, 2, 3. Because we're just dealing with coefficients. I'm sure it's going to slam off the end if I do this wrong. There we go. Oops. Don't want to go that way. I like those little bumps. Reset. Why are my little spheres? They're falling through though. Yeah. Kind of cool. There's the colors. Ah, when they slow down, they start to behave. Yeah. I can gather them all down in here. Now we're getting the colors. I just want it to slow down. There we go. Don't learn. Those get kind of... There we go. Don't learn too fast. Nice. Oh well. Made it. It's kind of a fun thing. File, save. You could change around whatever shape you want. We could just make it a, yeah. Those are probably pretty big. No, they're little boxes now. Little mesh cubes. Oh, it's because it needs to be a box. Base box, mesh box. I need a base box, which is going to slow it down. I wonder if we use a center box. Oh, now they're little cubes, little mesh boxes. They don't really behave. Kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. There we go. Get a different shape. Oh, I like that. Come down fast. Losing my mind. Anyway, I'm just playing around with the stuff I made. You freeze it. And it'd be cool if we could make the. Oh, I don't want to do it again because I don't want to have to write this all. But let's file save. File save. I wouldn't mind making it so I had more and more spheres I could put into it. I could put as many as I want. Anyway, blah blah blah. That's what it is. Oh, that's what I gotta click to see the color. And then let's just flatten this out so it calms down. Reset it. There we go. Nice, undulating, beautiful forms. That's it. File save. And then the only thing to do is go into here, go into objects. What was that one called? I can't even remember the name of it. Machine learning inspired geometry animation. No, descending gradient. Yeah. Okay, there it is. There's the bin, there's the release, there's the script. Copy it, and we'll just put it into libraries. That's it. Now it's always there, whether you load this or not. Now you could go back and do whatever you want to this. So the gradient descent demo, make it so the number of spheres is parametric in the node from 0 to 100 count. And that's it. Right out in full. So you could do things like that, but that's a lot to like go back to big long node scripts when you can just work in C# and just introduce another thing, sphere count. Adding an integer parameter works itself into the script. It's still only 100 lines of script. And we copy it, and we might produce a second one. Actually, we produced it. I really don't care anymore. We could just call it this one. Put it in there. There's no bugs. We'll run it as a release. And we just overrode the last one. So that's kind of cool. And, oh, delete. Yeah, I've got two running now because it's the same name. Hope I deleted the right one. We'll see. Yeah, because it's trying to load what already was there. There's the magic reset. I wonder if there's a count in there. No, I put in the wrong one. Oh well. Well, I don't know, actually. Yeah, there's still only 4. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that one's in and I overwrote it and I gave it the same num, so that's not going to work. I made a mistake. we'll just I think we're back on the other one. Maybe. No, that one's got a problem. Yeah, go forward. What the heck? No. Oh, I messed it up now. Alright, forget it. I'll just close it. Don't save it. And whatever. We made the GHA assembly. It's done. And I think that's it, since I'm starting to lose my mind. I'll put it up. Thanks for